The world's most valuable company reports today, but will it end fears AI is a bubble? It's Wednesday, 27th of August, and here's what you need to know. Nvidia is worth $4.4 trillion. That's 8% of the S&P 500 on its own, the largest share one company has ever had in history. After the bell, it's forecast to report a 53% jump in revenue to $46 billion, but any disappointment might have a snowball effect on the markets. Some doubt is creeping in, with investors wondering if all this investment in AI is really paying off. One study showed 95% of AI investments have yet to generate any revenue. The recent pullback in tech stocks will probably reverse if Nvidia beats expectations, but if it doesn't, investors may get very nervous. Our number of the day is 50%. That's now the tariff on India's exports to the US. That's supposed to punish New Delhi for continuing to buy Russian oil, and it could wipe out the country's gains from that cheaper fuel. Analysts estimate India has saved $17 billion by buying cheaper Russian oil since sanctions were imposed on it in early 2022, but the new US tariffs could cost it $37 billion. The export's worst hit will be clothes, jewellery and chemicals, although pharmaceuticals and, crucially, smartphones are exempt. Take a look at our chart of the day. This is the yield on the US 10-year Treasury. You can see it's picked up a bit since President Trump announced he wants to fire Fed Governor Lisa Cook, but the market reaction has been fairly muted so far. Investors are now pricing in an 84% chance of a Fed rate cut in September, but it looks like the courts will decide whether the president has the power to fire one of the central bank's governors. Cook says she will sue to keep her job. Watch out too for moves in French stocks and bonds. The CAC 40 in Paris has lost about 3% this week as it looks like the government there is on the verge of collapse. French Prime Minister François Bayrou has called a vote of confidence for September the 8th after he failed to pass a widely unpopular budget. An IFOP poll on Wednesday said 63% of French voters want new elections, barely a year after the last ones. And that's what you need to know this morning.